This is Karen Ramsey, and I'm here at my home with my friend Jenny Berkeley. And Jenny is from Toronto, and Jenny is a nurse in a hospital there, while at the same time she also runs a wonderful vegan magazine called Eternity Watch Magazine, and I've written articles for this wonderful magazine. And so Jenny, I'm really excited to have you here and to be able to talk to you today. And I'd like to just ask you, how did you get from focusing as a nurse on the medical model to a diet and lifestyle that's based on plants?
Thank you, Karen, for inviting me to your home. Just for a few, it was such a nice conversation with you. I became a nurse, I've been a nurse for 25 years old and 25 years now. So and now I learn about raw food because through my own sickness, and I become well. So now when going to the hospital, I'm seeing my patient just bombarded with a lot of drugs, with a lot of different problems. They're going around from specialist to specialist, and they're not getting the right answer that they want. So, and the hospital, I'm also promoting a plant-based diet through the hospital, and teaching patients.
So at the hospital, you're promoting a plant-based diet?
Yes, I have.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's really great.
So it's just a turning point for me right now, and in my hospital. Now they're incorporating integrated health medicine, so which I spoken to the VP of the hospital and the president that they need to bring in nutritionists to teach us about nutrition. How can food help us to heal instead of all the drugs, all the conventional surgery. So now the process is going on. So they're gonna.
And we need to bring in nutritionists who really understand that animal food is not the answer. So what you're doing in bringing this whole plant-based model in is really teaching them a lot. And you were just telling me about, some of the heart medications that they give to these patients with heart disease. And can you tell me a little bit more about that?
It's very hard for me, and knowing patients going through the different drug with, especially the side effects of the medication. And here you're trying to teach patients, how to incorporate more plant food, or do your own research. Find a doctor who can work with you, a qualified professional who can work with you to help you heal your disease, or maybe to a path where you can discover healing. So, it's a role that, it's very good to educate patients, because in the hospital, we are not trained to be a nutritionist. And apparently, I am a nutritionist trained on plant-based, and which is better to coach people instead of a regular dietitian on the floor. If every dietitian is creating this bacons and eggs, it's not healthy for you.
The hospital food is often horrible.
So how can a patient can be healed? If I was on a holistic point of view, you bring in raw juices, smoothie, fruits, nuts, and seeds and vegetable. It's all nature. It's intended for us to eat, and allowing our body to heal. That is also you need lots of patience and lots of discipline, lots of knowledge, especially knowledge you can gain to help you to go into healing.
That's right. And to go in that direction where we want to use it as preventative before we ever have to recommend something like a medication, an antibiotic.
Yes.
We want to give people the food that's going to actually create health. So that's wonderful, bringing it into the hospitals.
Yeah, it's a big step. It's a big step.
That is huge.
And hopefully, I hope I know that a lot of in the state, in California, they're bringing plant-based nutrition to the hospital. And
so it's happening more in California as well.
It's more happening everywhere in the state, but hopefully it could be the change of healthcare. Save money, save insurance.
That's what we want. A big change of healthcare for the hospitals and clinics. Wherever patients come and think they're going to get medication, we'll give them a plant-based diet loaded with fresh raw foods.
Especially raw foods, the power to heal. That's
amazing. Wow. And let's get one of your magazines to show. I'll be right back. Of Eternity Watch Magazine. This is the current magazine. Every magazine has a different focus. Okay, this one is on the colon, One of them is on diabetes and other topics that you can go to and get as an go to iTunes and get it as an app, or you can go to the website eternitywatchmagazine.com and even have a magazine sent to you. So I definitely encourage you to get this magazine. I've written many articles for this magazine. I have an article in here about raising healthy families on plant-based nutrition and how we have to really set those good models for our children. You can see the cover here. Jenny was just telling me that it is a pomegranate flower.
That's right.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
It's very unique.
Yeah. And so I definitely recommend Eternity Watch magazine. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the magazine?
Well, the reason that I published this magazine because for the love of my patients. So after I got healed, I went back home. I've been nursing. I see patients who are sick all the time. I say, people really lack the knowledge, even not the patient, even the public. I say, why don't my husband Harvey to make a magazine?
It's his hobby.
And so we used to write email newsletter, and then he said, I like magazines, so he formatted as a hobby. And finally saying, why don't we just do this as a business? And then this is how it's launched. We did it like 2 years digitally online, or 3 years. And then so we thought that we needed to reach it more people in Toronto with prints. So now we are in print now for 3 years now, and thank God. And actually we're going to 4-year printing. And I want to say thank you so much for all the advertisers here and this Eternity Watch magazine for helping us to print this lovely magazine to help promote a plant-based, vegan, raw, vegan lifestyle in Toronto, in Canada, even throughout the whole world.
And even though this magazine is based in Toronto, Canada, you can get this magazine worldwide. So be on the lookout for it. It's got really some great information, great articles on healthy vegan living.
The other thing is I want to say thank you to all the contributor writers. Without them, this is not happening. So thank you to all the writers in the past and with greater attitude, love and appreciation from all of us. Thank you so much.
Yes, any sponsors who want to contribute, go to their website, eternitywatchmagazine.com. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you so much, Karen, for taking this interview.